Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot oracle, your daily insight on life and love for July 6th, 2022. Also being timeless, wherever you're catching in time, this might be relevant or at least entertaining. Maybe it's not going to be any of those. But if you find your way across this might have a message in here for you. Or again, it could just be entertaining. It's General Collective. Don't force this to fit your life. You can always kick it to the curb. But yeah, this looks like a challenge to overcome for you. If you have questions about booking a private reading in either the beginning or the end, there's going to be a pinned part that has all the ways of making contact with me. If somebody with my picture is reaching out to you saying their ancestors want you to buy crypto or sessions or whatever, it's a spam. Mess with them and then send me the screenshots and then block them because hysterical. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna kick this off with Temperance in reverse. This is feeling overwhelmed, just completely oversaturated, and Temperance is, when it's upright, is all about taking their time, pacing themselves, understanding the polarities that are occurring. I don't feel like that's what's happening right now. Somebody is feeling majorly out of balance, overwhelmed. I've already said that. But it's also this sense of trying to almost grab at every little thing. So I feel like there's almost mental or emotional hoarding that's going on here. And why is this happening? It seems like they're trying to save face from some sense of failure in their life. And this could be you, this could be somebody that you're dealing with. But somebody's having a really hard time coming to terms with a major failure in their life. And it's like they cannot allow themselves to be seen with this. There's a lot of humiliation that's going on with it. And they feel like they have all these eyes on them and that they have to uphold some sort of personal bargain that has been put into place. That's a lot of pressure. And I feel like this might be maybe more in the head than in actuality around whoever this is. I see that this is somebody who is really very defensive about it. This is kind of a dangerous combination because they're denying the very thing that they are seeing in front of them. It feels like a failure. It feels painful. It feels like there's humiliation that's coming along with it. And no matter how hard they try and make something work, it's not working. So I think that not only are they lying or gaslighting or whatever, it's mainly to themselves. No, this can't be it. This can't be the story. This can't be how it goes. And it's really because not only if this doesn't ring true for them, if it doesn't turn out the way that they had planned and other people see it, then oh my God, that's just, it's going to be this sense of pain on top of emotional injury, on top of humiliation. So there's like a multi-stack layer that's going on right now that somebody's having a really hard time just coming to terms with it. I get it. It sucks, and it sucks to be there, but I want you to know, whatever or whoever this was involving in your life, it's not fulfilling. Whatever it was not fulfilling. And I think that this was made out to be more than what it was. It seems like it was a very important lesson, but it was very much one-sided. And this doesn't have to be romantic. I feel like whoever is on the other side of this, they really dropped the ball. And this could be even working on a project, for God's sakes. This could be a colleague. This could be even new business tidings that were supposed to be coming in. A lot of empty promises and a lot of playing off of your willingness to have some particular outcome. So what I'm seeing in here is a lot of healing that really has to occur, and I'm getting to use the daily guidance from, the Healing with the Angels deck. So what does this want to tell you about what is going on? What needs to heal? I know that healing is part of this. Trust keeps coming up. All right, so I shuffled a few times, and then we have forgiveness, self-acceptance, and I want apparently these two. All right, this could have been some amazing collaborations in your life, whether it's professional or personal. So I see that there was an issue with trust, and that constantly making excuses for people in your life and still having that letdown. I really feel like whoever, however many people this is, you constantly find yourself in a place of having to make excuses for either somebody's behavior or for why you're hanging on to these situations in the first place. So this is talking about forgiveness towards yourself, because you keep finding yourself in this position, but also freeing yourself up from that, and the self-acceptance to see that you cannot change people's desire to have input. It's not about what you can do about this. It's not about what you can get out of them. It feels like it was more along the lines of how you can make the situation comfortable for others, and that's what seems to be really played on here. I do feel like this is damaging personal connections in your life, and no, I don't necessarily mean romantic. I feel like professional and personal connections are all suffering on this front, because it was based off of what seems to be a pseudo friendship. I feel like whoever that is involved in this, whether it's you or somebody else, there's misunderstandings about what the basis of a friendship are, and that only comes from a perspective of experience. See, you, if you're watching this, chances are you're a very empathetic and mystical type person, and I really hope that you're a skeptic. I'm seriously one of the biggest skeptics, and you gotta have a healthy dose of that. You're somebody who sees the potential and the magic in everything, and it's very much present, but you have to also understand not everybody has the same integrity or ability to trust like you do. So we have the new love that's coming in. We have enchantment that is also part of this. It's not about you losing the ability to see the magic and the beauty and the basis of companionship in this life. It's knowing when something isn't equally as a priority and allowing yourself to move on. Now, if somebody wants to play catch up, that's fine, but they have to do it on their own accord. You don't get to sit there and wait for them. Hold on, I'm getting a notification. I'm not gonna check it right now. It's time for you to move on. There are more important connections that are coming into play. And I see this as not trying to beg people to step up. Yeah. The basis of the connections that are coming in, I don't see that you are necessarily ready for. I see that it's going to take time for you to heal from all of these disappointments and various people and scenarios in your life. You're not ready to begin this journey. You don't think that you have what it takes. You need to soak in some sort of, I don't know. Well, what would it be? Okay. So if you're not ready for this, you kind of need to soak in all of the knowledge about what it is that just completely flipped your switch on this. I'm gonna have to come back. I'm getting a lot of stuff on TikTok that goes viral, whether it's in the comments or whether it's people making the connections. I love it. But anyway, back to your reading. So again, this is General Collective. Don't ever force these to fit your life. If you're finding entertainment in this, awesome. But if you're finding a message in this, I hope that it's helping you. And if not, do what you will with it. But don't feel like you have to hold on to any of this. And again, your individual storyline is always more detailed, in depth, and intense. So look at this. The Fool is somebody who feels like, since it's in reverse, not only are they not ready, they are very much afraid to feel like an idiot, to be made a fool of. And I feel like they have to get at a point in their life of surrender. So let's look at surrender. It's a card 5. Let's look at the numbers of the cards that I have in front of me. We have a 2, 5, 4, and then we have 14, and then we have 7. So we have 2 5s. This is going to be a time of change for you. We have a lot of lessons in here. We have balance that needs to be restored. We need a foundation to be laid. And this is highly important for a new cycle that isn't even ready to be taking on. So the whole point in you being the fool and not being ready for this new cycle is feeling like there's only going to be you in this, and that there's no sense of actual loyalty around you. Maybe you don't feel like you're as prepared as you should be. And maybe what I'm seeing in here is there's still some people that you need to kind of let go of. Now, this might not even be people who are in your physical experience. I really want you to be aware of that. It's not always about who's, up for a call, up for a text, up for an email, or just going to get a cup of coffee. This might actually be people who you have a really hard time mentally letting go of. Maybe you're getting caught in the nostalgic past. Maybe you're longing for a time where something was just so great in your mind, and you have to understand that it's the reason why it's important to let go of those is because you're continuously living in a past that no longer exists. Part of you is craving to recreate it, but you also have to understand that the effort to control and recreate it already nullifies the idea that you will not be able to create the very scenario, thus having a different set of disappointments. And also, trying to recreate it is, in a way, trying to keep yourself in a stuck yet safe place that, again, does not exist. There are some choices that you need to make and who you need to let go of. There's a lot of active change that you need to make. You have to make this choice for yourself to let these people go and remove them from making the choice to keep coming in and out of your life, whether it's mental or whether it's actually coming in and out of your life. Don't feel like this is something that you have to wait for the actual closure. I feel like this reading is about you getting the closure on your own, so you're not waiting around for people who are so inconsistent and probably not going to come. So I'm actually getting pulled to take this book and flip through. So let's see. Creating the New You. This is going to be a guided meditation. So close your eyes and eliminate the environment and let yourself go by creating how you want to live your life. Your job is to move into a new state of being. It's time to change your mind and think in new ways. When you do, you will emotionally recondition your body to a new mind by signaling new genes in new ways. Let the thought become the experience and live that future reality now. Open your heart and give thanks ahead of the actual experience, so much that you convince your body to believe that the future is unfolding now. It is pick a potential in the quantum field and live it completely. It is time to change your energy from living in the emotion of living in the emotions of a new future. It is time to change your energy from living in the emotions of the past. Okay, so yeah, I missed that part. Hello, I have dyslexia. It's a thing. Okay, to living in the emotions of a new future. You cannot get up as the same person you were when you sat down. Remind yourself who you will be when you open your eyes. Plan your actions with regard to how you will be in your new reality. Imagine the new you and how you will speak and what you will say to yourself. Think about what it'll feel like to feel this new ideal. Conceive yourself as a new person, doing certain things, thinking certain ways, and feeling the emotions of joy, inspiration, love, empowerment, and power. Become so attentive to your intention that your thoughts of a new idea becoming the experience internally. And as you feel that new emotion from that experience, you go from thinking to being. So it's a huge physical transition. Remember who and what you really are in your new future. So now for a few seconds, then review, then recreate, rehearse what you just did. So it's telling you to go through that meditation a few times and do it over again. Let go and see what you can do and repeat it consistently. You can initiate being that new ideal with greater ease than the last time. Can you bring it out of nothing more than one time? You should naturally be able to recall who you are becoming so that you can know how to call it up at will. You repeat efforts and will meaning to do it so. Will, what? Hold on. You repeat efforts will mean do, okay, so again, dyslexia. You want to know what happened? I said your repeat efforts instead of your repeated efforts. At least I'm being authentic, right? So your repeated efforts will mean doing it so many times that you just know how to. So when you move into this new state of being, memorize the feeling. This is a great place to be. So now it's creating your new destiny. So now it's time to command matter from this elevated state of body and mind. What do you want in your future life? As you unfold your new self, remember to move into that state of mind and being that feels invincible, powerful, absolute, and overjoyed. Let the pictures come and then see them with certainty, with a knowingness that unifies you to those events or things. Bond with your future as if it's yours without any concern other than expectancy and celebration. Let yourself go and begin to free associate without concern. Become empowered by the new sense of self with clarity. Hold the image of each manifestation in your mind for a few seconds and then let it go into the quantum to be executed by a greater mind. And then go to the next one. Keep going. This is your new destiny. Allow for yourself to experience that new future reality in the present moment until you convince your body to emotionally believe that the event is coming to pass now. Open your heart and experience the joy of your new life before it actually manifests. Know that where you place your attention is where you place your energy. That energy, or the energy that you released from the body earlier, has become new raw material for you to use to create a new future in a state of divinity, true greatness, and gratitude, created by blessing your life with your own energy. And be that new quantum observer of your future. Become entangled to your new reality as you see things, as you see the images of what you want to experience in the future in this new personality. Know that those pictures will become the blueprints of your destiny. You are commanding matter to conform to your intentions. When you finish, simply let go and know that your future will unfold in a way that is perfect for you. So I'm gonna probably do a little mini video on that for the end because that was awesome. And how perfect did it go with this reading aside from my little dyslexic hiccups? So embracing this new divine future of yours where you recreate a new sense of happiness, we have the Chariot. The Chariot is all very much black and white. It's either on or it's off, but you have to pick the direction. You are at the fork in the road. You have to pick a direction. So this is saying you are going to have two very different forms of happiness and joy, but also this is going to be something that is very divinely charged. See the angel wings on here. Are you going to go left or are you going to go right? What is the abundant raw material that you want to invoke and live in? So this person seems to be in front of a body of water, and the water seems to be kind of rocky. So this has the potential to actually really override your mind. You have to also understand that no matter what you choose, if you don't make a choice, then the choice is still made. And you are staying, you are actively choosing to stay in some sort of rocky stagnance of misery for yourself. You can't do this anymore. Your past that you keep nostalgically remembering and keep reflecting back to, keep getting stuck there, reliving all those old scenarios, they aren't serving their purpose. They aren't serving this new reality for you. They are doing nothing but weighing you down in a world that doesn't exist anymore. And it really sucks that that doesn't exist, but it can't be like that again. You are not the same person. You are not in the same environment. You may want to be there. You may want to go back to a certain better or good old days. It doesn't exist, because it's not only you that has changed, the environment has changed, the people who were in that have changed. And this is something that in our personal evolutions we have to honor. So staying stuck raises the potential to make life difficult and still miserable for you with this one. So you need to really give yourself the ability to move on. So when you do that, this is talking about healing and restoration and having fulfillment for you. I see hope being restored. I see a gift that is coming your way, but you also have to have the determination and the willfulness to get through this yourself. I'm thinking of like the blue herring or the blue heron. Yeah, sorry. This bird symbolizes no matter what, having the drive to get through it. And it's not just about survivability. This is about longevity, going the distance. It's a massive outcome for you. It's all about a different form of abundance. So you have to pick, but you do not get to stay still with this. This is what the end part of the reading is talking about. The star card is enlightening everything. It's having hope restored, and it's having abundance being present, but you have to decide what that direction of abundance is, and you have to move on. You have got to give yourself the ability to move on with this and create a new divine happiness and path for yourself. Spirit is totally supporting you. It's going to be something that draws in your confidence as you start to see the payoff of this new destiny, and also the healing, because this is much more authentic for you. I get the whole nostalgic about the past. I mean, we all do it. It's just cycling around a drain and forgetting that life is still happening. It starts to take away from the color of it. Does that make sense? If you have questions about booking a private reading, go ahead and reach out. There is the ways of contact in the beginning and at the end. And again, I'm not going to reach out and be like, hey, my ancestors told me to contact you. You want crypto? You want to support my endeavors? I'm not that person. If you want to book a session of any kind, reach out through the forms of access that are pinned, and see what services might be right for you. We'll talk pricing, sales, discounts, availability, time zones, all that jazz. I will talk to you soon. And until then, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Take 2. So in the Daily Tarot and Oracle for July 6th on my YouTube channel, I was guided to flip through this book, and if you watch it, you'll see it, but it's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. And if you found a way across this, you need to find a new way of being, a new direction in your future. What you've been hanging on to is not going to suit you. Living in nostalgia is not going to suit you. So I was flipping through the book, and this is what came out. Creating the new you. Now close your eyes, eliminate the environment, and let yourself go by creating how you want to live. Your job is to move into a new state of being. It's time to change your mind and think in new ways. When you do, you will emotionally recondition your body to a new mind by signaling new genes in new ways. Let the thought become the experience and live that future reality now. Open your heart and give thanks ahead of the actual experience so much that you convince your body to believe that the future event is unfolding now. Pick a potential in the quantum field and live it completely. It is time to change your energy from living in the emotions of the past to living in the emotions of a new future. You cannot get up as the same person you were when you sat down. Remind yourself who you will be when you open your eyes. Plan your actions with regard to how you will be in your new reality. Imagine the new you and how you will speak and what you will say to yourself. Think about what it will feel like to be in this new ideal. Conceive of yourself as a new person, doing certain things, thinking certain ways, and feeling the emotions of joy, inspiration, love, empowerment, gratitude, and power. Become so attentive to your intentions that your thoughts of a new ideal become the experience internally. And as you feel the new emotions from that experience, you will go from thinking to being. Remember who and what you really are in your new future. So now relax for a few seconds, then review, recreate, and rehearse what you just did. Do it over again. Let go and see if you can do it repeatedly and consistently. Can you initiate being that new ideal with a greater ease than the last time? Can you bring it out of nothing one more time? You should naturally be able to recall who you are becoming so that you'll know how to call it up at will. Your repeated efforts will mean doing it so many times that you just know how to. When you move into this new state of being, memorize the feeling. This is a great place to be. Now is the time to command matter. From this elevated state of mind and body, what do you want in your future? As you unfold the new self, remember to move into that state of mind and body that feels invincible, powerful, absolute, inspired, and overjoyed. Let the pictures come. See them with certainty, with a knowingness that unifies you to those events or things. Bond with your future as if it's yours, without any concern other than expectancy and in celebration. Let yourself go and begin to free associate without concern. Become empowered by your new sense of self. With clarity, hold the image of each manifestation in your mind for a few seconds, and then let it go into the quantum to be executed by a greater mind. Then go to the next one. Keep going. This is your new destiny. Allow yourself to experience that new future reality in the present moment until you convince your body to emotionally believe that the event is coming to pass now. Open your heart and experience the joy of your new life before it actually manifests. Now, know that where you place your attention is where you place your energy. The energy that you released from your body earlier has become the raw material for you to use to create a new future. In a state of divinity, true greatness and gratitude created by blessing your life with your own energy and being the new quantum observer of your new future. Become entangled to your new reality. And as you see the images of what you want to experience in the energy of this new personality, know that those pictures will become the blueprints of your destiny. You are commanding matter to conform to your intentions. When you finish, simply let go and know that your future will unfold in a way that is perfect for you. I flipping love this book. And I also do this with clients too. So I hope that this found you at an appropriate time, and I hope that you utilize it. Have a good one. So I really love that in this new chapter for you, you are really able to disassociate from these really overly controlling, borderline, if not actually abusive energies. I feel like you're getting away from a lot of pent-up toxicity that has probably been grooming you for years. We have the Sun card in reverse. I feel like this is seeking your happiness internally rather than from the external, which led to this devil energy being in your life at all. But I also see that you're learning how to juggle numerous things in your life in order to just find balance. It looks like the waters are rocky behind this, so I know that it's something where it's difficult for you to keep your head above water, but the fact that you're doing this solo for yourself and not having the external, not necessarily validation, but the external person who's kind of fulfilling whatever this need was for you, I see that this is actually making you feel a lot less anxious. I think that it's super important that you were able to, have everything click into place and let go of this person, because it was creating a sense of powerlessness about you. Like this person was making themselves indispensable in your world to where if they stayed for much longer, you wouldn't know what to do without them. But I feel like Spirit has showed you time and time again that this was not going to be something that was going to benefit you in any real way. All it did was cause you not only anxiety, it feels like it has caused fear with you. I do feel like you are getting away from it. I do feel like this is in your best interest, and I do feel like you're not going to seek that external validation like this ever again. This is all depending on you and riding on you, and that's where the power is. There's nobody who gets another invite on this. They can show up in your world, but they don't get to override being the main character in your eyes like this has happened in the past. It's very exciting. I know it's going to be you juggling a lot, but I think the coolest thing that is that you're free, and that everything just seems to be in perfect moving motion for you now. So yeah, internal peace before the external, and it starts now. There's a lack of effort, there's a lack of planning, there's a lack of money, there's a lack of opportunity that seems to be showing up in your life. This could be really on the financial front. It seems, it really seems to be on the financial front for you. So what I'm seeing here is you got to get creative. You have to get control over the situation rather than waiting for somebody else to give you permission to be successful, to be able to do a business venture. You got to start where you are on this one. And it seems like this is going to cause a lot of major changes, because I think that you're so used to waiting for the green light that you've been staying stuck for a while. And honestly, it seems like everybody is acting in their own best interest. Huge sense of greed around this. And I feel like you kind of have this feeling of inferiority to whoever has the insight of how this actually would work on the business front. In the financial sense, it seems like there is a point of business or financial education that needs to come into play. This could be happening through experience, but I think that this is really going to change your world. I feel like if you're watching this, you're probably going to be getting into investments or some sort of entrepreneurship, but also I see that you're going to have to really learn fast, because this is going to make your head spin. So whatever hardship you've been experiencing financially, I see you getting control over it, but also do your homework. Do your homework on it. Learn about investments, learn about side hustles, learn about business licenses and all of that, because this is something that is going to be potentially very profitable for you, and only you can really determine the success of it. It's not a whole build it, they will come thing. You really have to put yourself out there and stomp, I guess, your financial foot down. Yes, you will have passion for what you are doing as far as work goes, but let's not kid ourselves. The financial aspect that would be incoming, that the potential it has, is totally the cherry on top. So get to it, do your homework, and start looking at either courses or books. You hear that horn in the background? Get to it. It's time to get moving. Take two. I almost gave my Ohio address, and no, we're not doing that. So anyway, I was talking about you and looking into metaphysical shops, which is where, saying where I was probably not the best idea. You have some energy attachments to you that you need to get rid of, because you have a psychic gift that is opening up, and you may be feeling extra tired or even more on edge recently, but that's kind of vague, because look at the state of the world and where we're in. There's a lot that's going on. There's also to be tired. Who isn't tired anymore? But if this is something where it's a little bit more pronounced, first off, make sure you don't have a medical condition. And understand that also maybe there might be somebody around you who's draining your energy, whether it be in energy or whether it be a person. Maybe it's even in the environment that you're in. You need to do some deep meditation to see what it is that you're hanging on to, either mentally or physically, and pull the threads on that one. There's all these videos on YouTube on how to do a cord pulling ceremony. Heck, even I have one, and it's on my channel, Raising Savick Tarot. So you can check it out. I'm not that person who's advertising them. I know that there's a million on YouTube, but also This is going to be good for you to actually open up to your psychic gifts. I do feel like there is a block, but I also feel like there's a lot of information on the other side of that block. And it would actually do you really well to start looking into these metaphysical shops or spiritual places to see if you can have some sort of a class or a course or a book that would help you open up your gifts. And of course you can always use online, because it's just endlessly out there. So really you have a lot of resources available to you. And if you don't have the internet, then you're probably not even watching this video in the first place, so who's kidding who? This is going to be really cool for you. Yes, you are profoundly clairvoyant. Yes, you have a lot of intuitiveness. And yes, you're going to get rid of these blocks so that you can fine-tune your craft. Is it going to be your main focus in life? Maybe for some of you, but this is definitely part of one of your purposes in being here. It's not only about you, you are here to help and serve through one of these vessels. So it's going to take time, it's going to take practice, and why don't you allow yourself the ability to open up something that could really be amazing for you. I do hope that this finds you well. You'll feel probably a lot more energized once you get rid of these life-sucking energy vampires in your life. Also, spiritual attachments. It's just when that happens, you have it is so draining, and it almost feels like you're on the precipice of getting sick. It's really weird. So if you have anything like that going on, talk to one of your metaphysical shop friends or one of your metaphysical type friends, see what can be done, because it's kind of funky at first, but once you clear yourself of the energies, it gets so incredibly cool. And the messages that come through, it'd be really interesting if you can make it up. But anyway, allow for this to happen for you. So there's a collaborator that is coming into play that I think is going to do amazing work with you. We have the let your past go, the entrepreneur, the relationship, have confidence. Somebody is going to be coming in to help you not only work on yourself, but help you live kind of like this awesome new, live your best life, new chapter. I don't see it as something that's going to fall through. I know that you're worried about people half-heartedly jumping in and then letting things kind of fall to the wayside. I don't see that happening. I do feel like you've been looking for some sort of, not necessarily in every case it's going to be a mentor, but it looks like you're looking for something to look up to. So I want you to start checking out the greats, whether it's, I don't know, what would the greats be with you? What is it that you're even looking at? I want a card on this. Okay, so this is probably you in opening some sort of a spiritually based practice, definitely dealing with faith. And I see that you're probably going to be looking at other greats in your field to see what it is that they did, and also getting over your imposter syndrome. That has plagued you long enough. You need to be in control of your life. This is you even looking towards more self-employment. I'm not telling you to quit your job and run, definitely not that person, but you have the ability to really do something great, at least on the side here. And this is going to be something that is not only changing your makeup, I mean that in a very figurative sense, like changing your body, the way that everything presents itself with you. I also feel like this is presenting a new solid foundation of faith, inspiration, spirituality. Something inside of you is really waking up, and I see not only a better relationship with yourself, but a better relationship with source and spirit, and opening up a channel of not only manifestation, but of this really cool unconditional passive care, compassion, even love. And it feels like it's almost euphoric, the energy that's coming in. So major growth time spiritually for you. Very cool. All right, what I'm seeing right here sucks. This ending sucks. This was painful. It was the final nail in the coffin. It doesn't get much worse than this. And I know that this is incredibly painful, intense. It's like anything that could go wrong did go wrong. But I gotta tell you, it can't get any worse. Now that should be a little bit more optimistic. You are definitely at the end point of some very painful cycle. This is somebody who has to lay low for a while, and they don't know if what's in front of them it's going to be a mirage, or if it's going to be actual water that they can swim across, restore themselves, or that they can cleanse themselves with. And it's not important for them to know right now. The most important thing is that you lay low and that you just take care of your very basic needs right now. Don't do too much. Don't overexert yourself. It's just going to burn you out even more. And you're already in a very sensitive place. I see that there's a lot of mountains that you're going to have to climb over, but this journey you're not ready for yet. It's just simply put, you're not ready. It goes from the Ten of Swords to the Fool. Soon you will be ready. You'll be ready to begin again, but for some times when some real serious crap happens in your life, you have to really acknowledge the damage that this has done to you in your heart, in your mind, in your physical well-being. This hurts. And I don't want you to brush it off. I don't want you to do the toxic positivity thing like, oh, everything has a reason. Yes, everything does have a reason. Everything does have the spiritual element of it, but there's still the human experience of being in the suck of it, or, experiencing a miracle. We can always understand that everything comes with a reason, and the reason also comes with feeling the actual experience, letting yourself be human in those moments, and know that there's a higher purpose, but letting yourself be human in those moments. So don't even dwell on the challenges that are up ahead that you know that you have to do with yourself. This is talking about needing to pause and needing to work on what has completely rocked your sense of safety and security. You have balance that you are just desperately trying to get back to, and you're not there yet. This is headed towards the future. You do want a more balanced future. You do want something that is, I guess, staying away from these highly intensive energies. And this is going to be something that you're going to have a routine with, that you're going to have to develop some sort of different system with. The process in getting to the mountains is going to be healing. You're going to immerse yourself into what seems to be a purging process. This feels like it's mental and emotional more than anything else. And I really want you to sit and get in touch with your anger and start to deal with it in a healthy way. I don't want you to implode. I don't want you to lash out at anyone. It's not going to suit you. You have to see where this anger is coming from. And yes, it is fallout of whatever the trauma has been, but you have to acknowledge that it's there. Don't just plug away at the mountains. You're so not there yet. This journey, you're going to get what you need to endure it. This is going to be something that helps you blossom, and this is going to be something that helps build your confidence, and there is a sense of loyalty that is coming in. You have no idea what's up ahead, but you know that you can handle it. You know that you're not going to fall on your face. You know that there is a time where you will feel at peace and at one again, but now is just not that time, and that's more than okay. The pain will come to an end with you, and there will be a day where the sun rises again. You'll get through this. I want you to use your resources and reach out to whatever you can for mental health, whether it's a friend, whether it's a counselor. But don't run away from whatever this pain is right now. This needs to be processed within you. It's going to be a time where you have to sit with yourself with it. I hope this made sense. I know that you'll get through it and you will have a new journey. We have a 10 and a 0, so cycle coming to an end, whole new beginning coming into play.